Hello and welcome to Walk the Talk. I am Shekhar Gupta at the Australian High Commission in Delhi, and my guest this week, a very distinguished Australian, and believe it or not, he's not even a sportsman or a cricketer. But Peter Verghese, new High Commissioner of Australia to India. Welcome to Walk the Talk.
Thank you.
And a good day to choose when you have this exhibition on sort of pictures exhibiting your multiculturalism.
It's a wonderful coincidence, actually, because this is a great way of demonstrating that contemporary Australia is a very multicultural society, and that the question of who is an Australian will involve an answer that will bring in just about every part of the world. Maybe
take a whole foolscap sheet.
Yes, absolutely.
But you don't need an exhibition, because you are a very good example of that. Parents born in Kerala, you born in Kenya, brought up in Australia. You're a wonderful example of multiculturalism.
And my experience is not at all unusual for contemporary Australia. Yes. That we have people from all over the world. Something like 40% of Australians have either been born themselves overseas or one of their parents have been born overseas. So even though we're a small country in population terms, I think the multicultural story in Australia is quite an exciting one when you look at the way, really in the space of a generation, not longer than that, we have developed into what is a very pluralist, multicultural, but distinctively Australian community.
Yeah.
And that's something...
I noted it's Australian, not Australian.
Well, the Australian accent's going to vary.
Yes, well, I mean, accents are varying all over the world now, as populations get globalized.
Not a regional variation, but an individual variation.
Timing of your appointment. Everybody's been quick to draw the linkages between in India as well as in Australian media, and linkage being with the current state of our relationship because of the attacks on students, etc.
Yeah.
Do you see a special responsibility or burden or concern as you come in?
Well, I think that the timing of my appointment is really completely coincidental, because this is a decision that's been in the making for a very long time, and well before we ran into any of these difficulties over students. So I don't think anyone should read anything particular into the fact that I'm coming to India to take up this position at this time. I mean, I've been a professional diplomat for over 30 years, and for me, this job represents a wonderful professional challenge, because this is a relationship which is already moving quickly, growing fast, but it has huge potential. And there are very few big relationships with the growth tissue left in them if you're a professional diplomat.
Right. And all the others are in cruise control now.
Well, all the others are well-developed relationships, right. I mean, obviously they are also moving, but the room for moving with India, I think, is bigger than any other of the big.
But there is a special, there has to be a particular appreciation of the situation now, because Australia has got sort of difficult press in India over the past few months.
We have. I mean, I don't think you can go through the sort of negative coverage that we've had in the Indian media over the student issue and not take a bit of a hit. Right. And one of the things that I want to do while I'm here is to explain what is happening in Australia, to explain what we're doing, where we see problems, and we do recognize where they are problems.
What's your understanding of what's been happening?
Well, it's actually quite a complicated story, because it has a law enforcement dimension, it has an educational institution dimension, and it has almost a sociological dimension.
Tubar.com